Also, one more piece of economic news that I wanted to point out was the JOLTS report that came out Tuesday. And what the JOLTS report shows you is the number of unfilled jobs in the market. How many people are employers trying to hire, right? How many job openings do they have that haven't been filled? And the prior month was over 10 million, which I think in and of itself was a record. It was 10.073 million, and they revised that upward to 10.185 million. The consensus was for another 10 million month, even actually, but we almost hit 11 million. New record for the JOLTS, 10.934 million unfilled jobs. I mean, this actually greatly exceeds the number of people the government claims are officially unemployed. I think there's 8.384 million that are officially unemployed, right? These are people who want jobs and say they can't find them. Well, there are 2.23 million more jobs available than that. So in theory, all of these people should be able to take those jobs, but they're not doing it. Now, why aren't they doing it? Well, there's two possible reasons. One is that unemployment is more lucrative, that they'd rather collect unemployment, especially with these enhanced benefits, than go and work for a living and get paid. Now, these enhanced benefits went away on Labor Day, so maybe we'll start to see people deciding that now they'll take the jobs that they were turning down in the past, so maybe the number will come down. But also, I think another part of the problem is that a lot of Americans are just not qualified for these jobs. So you have employers who want to hire workers. The problem is American workers aren't qualified for the jobs. They don't have the skills that the employers need. And if they are qualified, they can't do the job at a wage that is viable for the employer. And so there's a mismatch where the employer wants to pay a certain wage, but that wage is too low for somebody who actually has the ability to do the job to take the job. And maybe if the employer had to pay more, well, then it would no longer be viable because he couldn't pass on the required price hikes to customers. Now, I actually think that going forward at some point, you are going to see a big decline in the number of job openings because I think a lot of employers are going to realize that they don't need as many workers because right now they think they need workers because there is a lot of demand for a lot of these products. But I think as inflation really works its way through the system and a lot of businesses end up jacking prices way up, demand for the products is going to come down. So these businesses aren't going to need as many workers because they're not going to be selling as much stuff. I mean, they're going to be selling stuff at much higher prices. So the net dollar amount of the sales may go up, but it's not because people are buying more. It's because they're paying more. And if that's the case, they're not going to need as many employees as they think. And so I think these job openings are going to fall. But in the meantime, the markets are misinterpreting all of these unfilled jobs as some bullish sign for the economy. Hey, we got such a strong economy. We got more jobs than we need. The fact of the matter is we have such a dysfunctional economy that despite the fact that we have all these job openings, we have all these people who are unemployed, we have a labor shortage by design because the government is the source of the shortage because of bad fiscal policy that is encouraging people not to return to work.
The Peter Schiff Show.